Is it still a nickname if I call my kids failures? You're definitely breaking some bounds here. Hey, I'm Real Life and you're watching an episode of r/insanepeoplequora. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Can I keep my dog's balls after neutering? Okay, but why would you want to do that? Would you keep it in a jar and just look at it every now and then? My doctor has asked for a urine sample. How do I know he isn't going to add this to food and serve it to customers in the restaurant next to the surgery? What kind of hospital are you in to make you think that? My friend from Canada says America is not the greatest country in the world. How can I convince him otherwise? Well, let's see. We don't live in igloos for one. Do midgets eat as much as real people? These things are like half the size of humans, and I was just wondering if their dietary needs are the same. Update. I didn't mean to offend anyone by calling them fake people. I just want to know if these creatures eat as much as us, Homo sapiens. We're the same. If I hire a hitman to kill me and he fails, will I go to jail? Actually, good point, because that is attempted murder. But then again, if you manage to convince yourself to not press charges on yourself, then you should be fine. 6 years ago, when my sister was going to be born, my mom got rid of my 2 cats. She said the cats would smell the breath of the infant and kill her. Is this true, or did paranoia make me lose my cats? It's true. Infant breath is like catnip. Do birds poop while flying? Birds can poop at any time. Roosting, nesting, and in flight, which all makes no difference to birds. Birds have a multi-purpose organ called a cloaca, which is a combination peer and pooper that does it all. And it's hard to tell how much control they have of it. They can empty that thing at any time. On one of my numerous one date and one date only dates, I was walking a girl to her door. We passed under a tree that had at least 1,000 birds roosting in it. To be funny, I yelled and clapped my hands while we were under a tree. Do you know what it's like to have 1,000 birds poop in unison? I do. I know. You don't want to know. I'm sure that when I scared the crap out of those birds, some jumped into the air and flew while pooping on us. For my whole life, I've always wondered why some girls have gone out with me only once. If BLM stands for Black Lives Matter, what does BBC stand for? Something awesome enough for you to put on a big sign and wave around in public. Is it true that if you catch this thing going around and then reproduce or conceive, the baby that will be born will look Asian? Yes, absolutely. My 12-year-old daughter got a B in a report card, and I took away her iPad for 6 months. Was this a good punishment? Wow, what happens if she gets a C? My girlfriend said that she wants me to gain weight so that her parents will be less focused on her weight gain. She wants me to gain 40 pounds by July. Should I do it? Jesus, hell no. Dump her immediately. Also, if you were to gain 40 pounds in 5 months, that's just asking for a heart attack. So dump her again for trying to kill you. Can I force my 17-year-old son to wear a bra for a month as a punishment for disrespecting girls? Actually, you know what? Depending on what he did, that could be fair. My 25-year-old son just got a job in engineering and is now discussing moving out in a few months. I took $8,000 out of his bank account to stop him from moving, and now there's a court case. How do I get custody of my son back? You can't, unless you give birth to him again. 200 IQ. How do I get my daughters, 21 and 20, to understand that they still need my permission if they want to go out with friends? Because it's my duty as a mother to protect my household, so they should stop complaining. Easy, you just go like, "You live in my house, eat my food." But then again, if they don't live with you, then you're out of luck. I sent my 12-year-old son to school in a dress to combat gender stereotypes, and now he doesn't want to go to school anymore. What should I do? Well, from the way you typed that, I think you know very well what you should do. Or not, maybe it goes straight through your head. My daughter does not want to have children, which makes me very disappointed in her. What can I do? Have a child yourself. It's never too late. Actually, it can be too late. Never mind, scratch that. If Trump wasn't a good president, how do anti-Trumpists explain that more than 6 million people live in Washington, D.C. metropolitan area? Why do so many people prefer to live in the same city with Trump? Easy question. They can't afford to move. If my neighbor's bees routinely steal pollen from my flowers and make honey that my neighbor profits from selling, can I sue them for a portion of that profit? Yes you can. In fact, there's a real-life documentary of bees suing humans for using their honey. It's called The Bee Movie. How do I get my daughters, 20 and 19, to understand that they don't know anything since I didn't get to raise them? Because they lived with their dad for 12 years, so they should let me monitor them like curfew at 9, ask permission for everything, etc.? Well, now I can see why they lived with their dad for 12 years. My son just dropped several of his action figures off the balcony and said, "It's a small price to pay for salvation." Could he be in a gang or a cult? Absolutely. In fact, you should have known sooner. My son was hacking on Minecraft. Should I smash his computer? Yes, absolutely. In fact, it's a crime if you don't. Have you ever met or known anybody who is inbred? Yes, my son, oh god, who is grown and has his own wonderful family, is the product of a loving and consensual relationship with my older brother. I only got to have one child, or perhaps there would have been others. He is perfect and has never shown any signs of physical or psychological impairment. In fact, he has always pulled excellent grades and was very athletic. Now that's a very, very lucky kid. The results could have been a lot worse. Is it creepy to send eggplant pics while I'm on a date? Is this to your date while you're on a date with them? Why would you do that? To see if they're still interested? My 12-year-old daughter was playing a video game and got angry and broke the controller. How should I handle this? Hello again. In your previous questions, you've identified yourself as both a 16-year-old girl and an 18-year-old boy, with a wife, a husband, a boyfriend, and a girlfriend, as well as a 16-year-old daughter. So I don't think you should give the 12-year-old too hard of a time over acting out. She's probably just confused. As am I, when you can be the whole family by yourself. How do I do a leap of faith from a tall building into a haystack? Without dying? That's impossible. 33 people found this helpful. I want to keep my son safe. Is Minecraft a game with satanic origins? How? My 14-year-old daughter talks about dinosaurs and ancient civilizations. How do I make her stop? Easy, just throw an asteroid. What's an undetectable, untraceable, even at autopsy, slowly working poison that takes a week to a year to kill and can be easily slipped into food and drink? Hi, FBI? Yep, we got him. My former barber lied and told me he stopped cutting hair. Yet I find out he's still in business. Do I have a case here? A case for what? That he doesn't like you? My 16-year-old son dropped school for his YouTube channel. 64 subscribers. How do I convince him to go back to school? Ooh, that's a toughie. I mean, taking inspiration from all these other posts, maybe you should smash his computer. My daughter does normal thing teens do that parents know is normal but could be seen as bad. How do I get her to stop? Well, I don't know, but for starters, if you're asking a question, maybe don't be so vague. My son's 8th grade math teacher has purple hair. Several of the students want to dye their hair now as well. Should I call the school and ask why they allow this? No. The school has no jurisdiction over that. You need to call the President of the United States. Does smoking meth hide the effects of alcohol? You've already done it, haven't you? I caught my 14-year-old son skipping school and I confiscated his phone, PC, tablet, watch, laptop, and bed. Am I being harsh enough? Yep, you even took his bed. He's sleeping on the floor now. Yeah, you got him. I'm 18 years old and wish to move away from my parents' house, but they say they would go to court and say I'm mentally unstable. Could the police force me to go to the mental ward? Probably not, but they could put your parents in a mental ward. Why do some people choose to live in depression rather than live a happier life, even when they know or remember what it felt like to be happy? Good question. So when you're hungry, can you just become full again without eating because you remember what it was like to be full? I have brown hair, but the other day I noticed my beard has a slight red ranga tinge to it. Does that mean I have a slight form of retardation? How do people come up with this stuff? Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time, and as always, have a great day.